Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to talk a little bit on YouTube actually today, because I can feel that on YouTube I can express myself a little bit better than when it comes to short videos on Instagram or TikTok. And I'm just trying some things out because I started 3 days ago. No, today is the third day. I started with a 14-day challenge of becoming visible and becoming like more secure with that. And it's specifically designed for old souls who have a lot of trauma around visibility or being seen. And I follow this from one woman actually. And yeah, I really like her content and what she is explaining and how she is expressing herself and how she talks about star seeds and how many star seeds have in the first of their 30 years in their life a lot of things that happened, and like growing up in dysfunctional family systems, betrayal, humiliation, and that it's all to just get used to it. Getting stronger, by going online eventually and becoming visible and telling your story and telling what you believe in and guide people. Or for me, I just want to express more about the construct of this reality, but I'm also very afraid. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna sign up with this challenge. Oh, hello Lily. So this is my dog Lily. I rescued her like 1 year ago in Uluwatu when I was living in Uluwatu. Yeah, baby, you want to be on YouTube? Hey. Yeah, so for me this challenge is quite good to do right now, because it's a kind of anchor point for me. So every day I know what to do. I just try to not go into discussion with myself about the fears that I have around going online and becoming visible, and just do it and edit. And so the first day I had to make 3 videos and short videos. So I created just 3 videos of 1.5 minutes about this reality. But I connected it a little bit more with what was going on now in the collective. And I was talking about the World Cup and these archetypes that we have now with Messi and Ronaldo, and like the corruption with the FIFA, which has always been there, but it's becoming way more visible now, I guess, because there are books written about it for decades. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do that. 3 videos. I have a lot to tell actually, but yeah, I have to do it, and then edit it and put it online. And before the challenge, I already created one short video, and that one got like almost 5,400 views within 3 days. And I was like, oh my god, it's gonna happen, and this is good because it even happens before the challenge even started. So I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna rock this. And so I created these 3 videos about more about archetypes and the rising consciousness of humanity that we see and that we can perceive much more now, because our consciousness is rising. And suddenly this thing with the FIFA and the corruption, and it became visible for many people, and before it was not so visible for most of the people. So that was good to do that. And I thought, okay, this is good. So I uploaded like these 3 videos just in a row, because I had to upload 3 videos on my Instagram and TikTok. So follow me there also. You can find me on the Boho Frequency. And those videos were quite going well. Like, I think I had something like 1.8k views, 1800 views and like 1500 views. And then one last one was I think around 500 views or something, so it got a little bit stuck there. And then I had to create yesterday a video, like something about myself, something more vulnerable, and post that also. So I did that. I didn't made it like that vulnerable, but I created at least a video about how I always felt, you know, growing up. Like I felt so different. Like I saw the things in this reality and I could sense and feel everything, but I couldn't really talk with people about it. You know, at like the first layer you can talk about it, but when you want to go deeper, like, you know, don't you have that? You see this in your reality and it feels like so symbolic of what's happening right now in your life also. Like it's like you're putting that out there in your reality, or your reality is just showing you those things. Yeah, so I always had that. So I thought, okay, I will make a video about that. That because of that, I felt quite lonely also. And when I was alone, I felt less lonely than when I was surrounded with people and I couldn't talk about these things. So I put it online also. I don't know, it got maybe 300 views or something. And yeah, of course, today I have to make another video. And I'm a little bit free in that. It also describes to how you would respond to haters, for example, online, because the haters are real. Because when I got these 5.3 views on this video, I got many haters who were talking about like, no, Messi has always been the best and you need a checkup. And, you know, and I was looking at that in the beginning. I thought, oh my God, first of all, they don't understand the point that I want to make now. And then second, I was actually really surprised it didn't hit me at all. Like, so I also responded like in a very kind way, because the last thing I want is to go into discussion with certain people online. And sometimes I also think that because I have not so much contact with my family and it's always been difficult, and I learned a lot from that also, to instead of wanting them to see me, that I thought, you know what, the most important thing is that I start seeing myself. Yeah, so I mean, when your family doesn't understand you, you can handle the haters online as well. You know, it's easy like that. Yeah, so yeah, I thought I will record a video like this. I have to post it also on Instagram and TikTok. Maybe I will make like short videos out of this video. I don't really know yet how I'm gonna do it. But you know, for me, it's also a little bit of like playing around, like what works for me and what doesn't work. And I feel what works for me is more going online on YouTube, like I'm doing now, and just start talking and sharing my thoughts, decoding these layers of reality, because there's so much to decode. I mean, of course, we have the archetypes, we have fractals, we have our own soul journey and our own like energy field that we have, you know, like we kind of signed up to. I feel it more like there's like this on a soul level, a kind of contract with the universe when you came here. And that is then your human design, like your kind of template. Yeah, connected to the stars, so that triggers like some traumas, and it triggers also where's your expansion, and it triggers where's like your karmic things, you know, because also the three systems, human design, astrology, and Gene Keys, they are so connected to each other, and everything is connected to, at the end, astrology. And it says so much about you. And I just like to talk about this so that people understand way more their own soul journey and the loops they're all the time in, you know, because you will see the same thing going over and over and over again or like hitting you over and over again in your life until you learn your lesson. And if you are more aware of, okay, but what is this lesson then? And what do I have to learn? And what is my shadow? And what is my gift? And how can I transform this shadow into a gift for long enough and living in that gift? Then it becomes like a CD. So you will never go back to that shadow anymore because you kind of alchemized it, you know? You kind of, yeah. I also hope that for me, with creating these videos and going online and becoming visible, I kind of alchemize my trauma around being seen, because it's so funny, you know, it's like two ways. So I always really wanted to be seen by my family, you know, that they could understand how I perceive reality and how I look at the world, and, you know, maybe see it from a different perspective as what you are being told. But at the same time, I also feel a lot of fear by being seen for the things I know and the research and information I did and gathered. It's also at the same time a big fear for me. And I think that's always so interesting. And that's maybe also because your family is close to you. So your family, you know, you want that your family sees you, right? And if your family doesn't really see you, or they don't really understand you, and also don't really try to understand you or asking you questions, I think your belief around it is then also, okay, maybe it's better to shut my mouth, and better to not really show me who I am, because it's more safe to not being seen, you know. So I think those things go hand in hand. Like, we have to alchemize this trauma, and because there is actually a kind of gift in there, you know, and like the universe or your higher self or whatever, the quantum field is going to make it quite difficult for you, that you come into this kind of compression point. Like, I want to speak out, but I'm also so afraid. But not speaking out is starting to feel much more uncomfortable than at some point shutting your mouth, you know? So I think that's really interesting. Yeah, and for myself, these YouTube videos, I can go a little bit deeper. I don't have to talk so fast. I don't know, I have more the space and the time to express myself better in English, because English is also not my mother language. So my vocabulary is a little bit limited. But it's also something that I really like to do, because you can ask my friends who are in Europe. I'm the voice note queen. I'm just talking out loud how I see the things, how I perceive my reality. And I just, you know, sometimes the 30 minutes of a voice note is easy for me. But then recording myself is more uncomfortable, you know. But I do feel I have this for such a long time already. Like, sometimes I was also just by myself talking out loud. Not really to me, but I don't know to who. It was just like talking in the void, to maybe also to structure my own thoughts. But I was just talking about concepts and out loud to myself. And in that way, I understood myself also a little bit better, maybe what was in here, so I could like ordin it, structure it. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. I do feel with this challenge, I'm not so afraid anymore as I was before. Because before I was like, oh, I have to upload a video on YouTube, and who is gonna listen to my blah blah blah. But at the same time, it's also a really good training ground of trying to get my message out, to express myself, to really heal my throat chakra, just start talking. And these videos, I mean, I'm talking for 15 minutes right now. You know, I will just cut them into, I don't know, the most important things into a short video. And then I will put that on Instagram and TikTok, so you know that the people can really see me here on YouTube and listen to me here. But that TikTok and Instagram are more like a kind of way where people can find me, and that leads me to this. Because making all these short videos, you know, sometimes it's nice to make a short video, especially when I read something that's what's going on right now in the collective and I can connect it with like what's really happening in reality right now. You know, it's perfect. It's perfect if I do that. But the architecture of reality needs a little bit more explanation than a video in 1.5 minutes can, especially when it's not really your mother language, I think. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna upload this now on YouTube, and you know, it's for me really a training ground, and I'm gonna do this challenge for 14 days, and I hope I will get, maybe I will become visible, and otherwise it's just for me a little bit trying out what works, you know, so with the editing, with the music underneath it or no music underneath it, and then like the photo you see on my Instagram, and those are all those things I have to think about. And yeah, I'm learning from that. It's really nice, and I'm just gonna do my best. And I do feel it's a completely new chapter for me, and it feels uncomfortable, but I also have to say it starts feeling more comfortable, and this is what I really want to do, I guess. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking for more than decades just to myself to explain all these concepts, you know? I think there is something. Also, if I look back at when I was a kid, I was always playing with my brother, like we were playing like school. So I was the teacher, and it's actually really crazy. So I'm 3.5 years older than him, and when I think I was like 8 or 9 years old, and if you finished some of these practicing things you needed to do and you finished that in class, then you could do some extra things. They were like more fun kind of learning things. But what I did, I was not making those exercises. I was just like copy pasting them. I was like writing them, and then I could put them in my map at home, my school map, and then I was teaching these things to my brother. And we were like sitting in a circle, and I was just writing down different names and calling the names, and he had to say all the time, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Yes, ma'am." And I loved that. I loved to teach him things, because I was 3.5 years older, and I was teaching him things to, yeah, he was young, but I don't know. I just really liked to guide him in some things. And they always say the things you really like to do as a kid, it's like in your kind of DNA, it's in your soul package, you know, there is something for you. And besides that, I was playing this class thing always, school thing. And besides that, I had a big imagination. Like I could create everything in my little childish reality, child reality. So I think there is something for me. I believe that. I'm just gonna do it. And, you know, I don't really care about the haters at all, really. And I thought I would. But I've seen the haters, but they don't understand what I'm trying to talk. And it's fine. It's also fine. I'm not gonna go in discussion with them. Yeah. So this was my little video, a little chat that I wanted. And I will see you in the next one, probably tomorrow or the day after. I'm gonna edit this now. No, first I'm gonna do a little Pilates workout. And then I'm gonna edit, and I don't know what I'm gonna cut from this whole video of 20 minutes into a short video, but let's see. Okay guys, I see you in the next one. Bye bye.